What's the deal, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen? Now, normally, I don't engage in politics talks. You know what I mean? I because I believe that politics and all that stuff is very personal. Sometimes people can, uh, get very extreme and very patriotic when it comes to their politics, their beliefs, religion. I don't. I really, like I said, don't like to deal with that. I learned that when I was going to Seton Hall. Bullshit, not. Sometimes people can just be just. You know what's crazy as hell. Um, the few years that I went to school, it really opened my eyes to a lot of different things. This period, this you talking to a guy, a minority person of color. If you didn't know, my grandfather's white though, but I'm still a black man. Uh, that's from Newark, New Jersey, Seth Borden Projects. You always go to say from Newark, New Jersey, Seth Borden Project. And if you're from New Jersey, if you're from Newark, or the Seth Borden's a very bad place. Don't get me wrong, you got a ghetto everywhere that you go. It's a hood everywhere that you go. You know what I mean? Newark's a rough place, but Seth Borden was like it always led Newark in homicides and all types of wild shit. But neither here or there. So when I went to school, well, first of all, before I get to that, I always tell you guys I used to box, and and with my talent, then I took me all around the world, all around the country. So at an early age, more or less, I got kind of introduced to different lifestyles, different people's. How should I say? No, let me go back. I never really experienced racism ever in my life. Everyone I know was poor and black. You know what I mean? Even though, like I said, my grandmother, I'm not saying that she was rich or she was well off, but my grandmother was a school teacher. And yes, we still lived in the projects. Don't ask me why. My grandmother's very, very family oriented. Sorry. And I have a lot of family in the projects. A lot. You know what I mean? And I was one of those kids that always had everything. Every fucking thing. That was me. But anyway, I said it to say this. So, you can tell me that there wasn't more black people. I told you guys before, if you've been rocking on my channel, you can tell me there were more black people in the world than white people, because all the people I know were black. And, of course, we had the Puerto Ricans. So I'm going to tell you how crazy it was. I remember when the whole Rodney King thing came about, right? I was probably in the eighth grade, like 92 or something. And the people got found not guilty or whatever the case may be, the cops. And we call ourselves, we're gonna beat the ball to white people. But our white people were Puerto Ricans, and we whooped their motherfucking ass. It was about 7, 8 of them. And it was crazy. People that we knew all our life. No, no, I'm lying. I take that back. It wasn't the cool Puerto Ricans. It was the Puerto Ricans that didn't speak no English. They was in that bilingual class. And like being very ignorant, like, damn, these motherfuckers think they white. No, and mind you, we don't know anyone that's white, but to us, those were white folks, so we whooped their ass, right? I do apologize. Jesus and the Negro and all you guys, I do apologize. But anyway, I said that to say this. So when I started to travel across state, and the different tournaments, national tournaments, you have local tournaments, whether the Golden Gloves, and you have the regionals. That's everyone within your region. Then you have the national. The nationals, everyone's within the country. And I started to travel to these tournaments, and you will start to see, basically the same people that are the best in the states in their region. I'm sorry, were up here in the nationals. So I think for you, you will build friendships, and like I said, I started to see that then, that it's not really a black or white thing; it's a rich or poor thing. I noticed that back then because my grandma said, "You're a minority, huh? You can tell me minority. What the hell are you talking about minority? Like, there's more of us than interested in know by far." Because I bullshit you not, when I went to certain states, um, in certain tournaments. I remember I was staying with this guy named he's called him White Boy Bill. Cool fucking dude. And he lived somewhere, I don't know what the fuck. I know he was from Idaho, literally. And we went back to his town, and you know what I mean. And it was these people, they were just wanting to touch my hair. Like I just started drawing my dreads back then. You know what I mean? They wanted to touch my hair. They were so intrigued by my. They said they never. Just one lady said she never seen a person of color in person, and that right there shit blew my fucking mind. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know, you never seen a person of color in person. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Y'all some a Little House on the Prairie type shit. But like I said, when I started to see different people, and I started to meet people, and you know, there are far more whites on welfare than blacks by far. There's far more poor white people in the world in America. I'm just talking about North America, not about the rest of the world. I'm just talking about North America. And I'm talking about living off the land, eating skunks, possums, and shit like that. Don't have running water in the house. And that in itself blew my mind. I'm like, God damn, I am from North New Jersey, the projects. And I thought we had it fucked up out here. You know what I mean? And these motherfuckers like, yo, what the fuck is this right here? So I learned then that it's not really about a white or a black thing. It's about the haves and the have-nots. I learned that at an early age. Then I went off to school, you know, uh, Seton Hall, and then like I said, I've never really paid attention to politics. Never, you know, it didn't affect me. So I thought, didn't affect me, you know. So of course, besides, I started to me like I'm just being real. Started more or less paying attention to politics under when Obama started to run in. I thought that was intriguing. Everybody, white, black folks, everybody got behind Obama, which was cool. And I want to say this. This may come off as me being anti-homophobic. I listen. I don't. I listen. What you do in your personal life is your fucking business. I don't care. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm just being realistically here. You know, and I'm not saying Obama was a bad president or whatever. He maybe passed a lot of things. I don't know, but I felt like he did more for the LGBT community than he did for people of color. That's just being realistically here. You know what I mean? This man is from Chicago, and one of the most violent places up the street from where he's up the street from his house. You have, you know, you had the, you know, the National Service, you call them motherfuckers, the Secret Service, guard in his house. But up the street, there's fucking 92 fucking murders. And I was looking at a documentary about that. Shit blows my fucking mind. You know what I mean? Like he did more for them, you know, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't think anybody should be discriminated against. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody should be treated, you know, um, how should I say? I don't think anybody should get special treatment. I think we all should be treated equal. Period. You know what I mean? Period. I don't think you should have more rights than me. You know, I should have more rights to you. I think everyone across the board should be treated fucking fair. That's all. Are things fair? No, things are not fair. But I think everyone should be fucking treated fair. Okay. Now, with that being said, so Trump got into office. Trump said he's going to bring these jobs back to America, right? Let's get into the nitty gritty here, which is cool. And I've said from back then, you can't make it's not against the law for someone to do business out of the country. This is a free country. You know what I mean? It's not against the law to do that. And he said he's going to impose a tax and he's going to bring jobs back to America. And I said to that, you know, he has ties and he has a few other things that he makes, or not makes, but you know, things that he sells. And all his companies are in uh are in you know, Mexico and China, Bangladesh, and all, you know, just third, you know, I'm not going to come from a third world country. You know what I mean? But you know, all his business is there, you know, himself. So my thing is lead by example. You know, now yesterday he had this thing when he pulled out of this. Let me bring the article up here. He pulls out of uh the trade thing with Asia. You know, all our consoles, everything is made, well, it's made in China. It is what it is. You know, that's not my opinion. That is fact. Because it's cheaper to make. Even like I said, give you an example. A friend of mine has his own clothing company. It's called Red Tag. It used to be called Umabi Denim. Now it's more. It's called Red Tag. And I said, "Oh, why you always taking these goddamn trips to China? Even his stuff." And he's not even like a big. He's not like a big company like Guess or Levi or something. But you know, it's was well known in the hood. Jokers in the hood know about Red Tag. You know what I mean? He has his stuff made in China because it's cheaper for them. It says here, video game industry prepares for coming a possible trade tariff. Because Trump's been talking about this for a while. So the Entertainment Software Association, in this process of formulating a plan to deal with the possibility of U.S. President Donald Trump rolling out trade tariffs, a source tells Polygon. Basically, they have proposed a tax of 5%. Because let's be honest, the Xbox, the PlayStation, the Nintendo, I don't give a fuck which company you like. None of those consoles are made here in North America. It's cheaper for these companies to do business overseas. We'll have them made there and for pennies on the dollar, and import them here. It is what it is. But by doing this, and by imposing a tax on them, it still will be cheaper for them to have these motherfuckers made overseas, whether they pay a 5% tax or 10% tax, than having them actually made here in North America, which is still not going to bring back jobs to here in North America, but they're going to pay a tax, right? Cool, whatever that tax may be. But what happens is that cost of them, their tax is going to get passed on to us, the gamer. So our games are going to be higher, from 65 to whatever, maybe to 75, maybe to 85. Who knows? Our consoles are going to be higher. Maybe that once $400 console will cost you $600. You know what I mean? So it's like the gift and the curse. Do I want to see more jobs here in America? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. They've been talking about the destruction of the middle class for a long time. You know what I mean? And shit, prime example. You can call Xbox Live at nighttime, probably more or less. And I hate it. I'm just being, I'm an Xbox dude. You get that motherfucker on the phone, ding, 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 ding. You don't know what the fuck they be talking. Bullshit you not. I ordered it when the Windows, the Surface tablets first came out, right? I think it was like 2012, I believe. That came out, and I wanted one, so I ordered one. I tried to do one on the website or something. I kept getting the error. It was my computer was fucking up. The internet connection I was dropping. I was at work at the time. So I called up on the phone. I was like, yo, I don't know if the shit went through. He said, don't worry. I see it had been canceled. You just know I got charged twice and got two goddamn, what do you call them shits? Windows Surface tablets sent to my goddamn house. I got to talk to this motherfucker, even though I know what the fuck he was. I got you. I got you. You know what I mean? You get and I understand. I know those people there need a job also. I don't play this. I am what you call. I don't want nobody to fucking starve. I don't want nobody to fucking starve. But also like we got to take our own first. You know what I mean? And so I do get it. And maybe this is a great thing. But my thing is, but why I gotta pass the cost off to us to the little man? Because at the end of the day, I don't know how. And this is me being realistic here. The rich is always going to be for the rich. Fucking, I mean, I don't see how someone, in I don't think Trump is all bad. You know what I mean? I think some of the things that he says can be, come on, we can look, they can be kind of far right a little bit. You know what I mean? But it doesn't really Trump doesn't. It's the people that he has in his cabinet. You know what I mean? These things that he spoke out against. You know what I mean? The bankers and this and that one, these corporations are all filled up in his cabinet. So I've always said this, like, how can, a person, a rich person, this is whatever, just, a billionaire, whatever the case, they have never been for the poor. They've always been for themselves, very greedy, you know what I mean? And maybe he may have a turn of leaf and maybe turn his establishment up on his head because I don't give a fuck who you vote for. It's still going to be the poor against the fucking wealthy. I don't give a fuck who's in office. They sell us with these fucking dreams every fucking 4 years or every 2 years. It's going to be the same shit. And it still is the fucking poor is going to get poorer and the richest are going to get richer. So sometimes I sit back and laugh when motherfuckers get all up in their feelings. Vote this and vote that. Like, motherfucker, you still going to be poor. They still going to be rich. So why the fuck, you know what I mean? Maybe that's the wrong attitude for me to have and to take, but it's the goddamn truth. It's not going to change. But my issue now, like, goddamn, video games are going to go up. That's all that I care about. Man, maybe I'm a selfie. Maybe I'm a man of very little morale. I don't know. But the cost of video games are definitely going to go up. So that very underpowered Nintendo Switch may cost you about $450 now. Yo, this shit is wild, man. This shit is wild. Like the cost, it is what it is. Like I said today, I wanted to do this video the other day. I just didn't have a chance to. For those, I do have my grandmother here with me 80% of the time. And she's a handful. You know what I mean? I haven't even been on my, if you see me logged in, I'm on, because I have the Windows 10, the Xbox app on my PC. I'm gonna go out today and get another Xbox. She broke my goddamn Xbox. My grandmother broke mine. Maya has one in her room, but I'm not touching it. So I'm gonna go out today and get me another one so I can hop back on my goddamn game. I just haven't had time to, you know what I mean? But it's just food for thought, you know. Maybe you guys say, you know what, fine, because gamers, console gamers, especially you PC gamers, you motherfuckers are cheap. You know, you guys don't have to deal with it. You still are getting your shit digitally. But here's my, here's the thing though. Let's check this out. No, let me think about this. I wonder if games will still be as expensive, probably so on consoles, because they still need the brick and mortar stores to sell their product. You know what I mean? They still need the brick and mortar stores to sell their product because I always feel like digital games shouldn't be the same price as physical games. But they're not going to undercut. They're not going to undercut Best Buy, Walmart, whoever. You know what I mean? Because they still need them to sell their consoles. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a workaround for this shit. I don't know, but I'm not looking forward to video games jumping from $65 to $75, even $85. You know what I mean? I'm not, so. Again, let me go to the comment section for you. I had to go pick my daughter from school in a minute. What are your guys' thoughts? How do you guys feel about this? You know what I mean? Let me see. Me go into the comment section. We got Boss Carlos put fuck Trump, period. White Kong said American jobs matter. They do. But let's be realistic here, White Kong. My man, shout out to my man White Cone. He's in every goddamn Bly Street. Shout out to White Cone, man. Yes, but even by doing this, it doesn't guarantee that these companies are going to bring their jobs back here to America because then they have to pay, health care and you know wages. You know what I mean? It's still going to most likely be cheaper to pay someone $1 in fucking Bangladesh from goddamn where or Tibet than to bring this stuff statewide here. You know what I mean? So even if this tax is very very high, who do you think that cost is going to get passed on to us, the consumer? You know what I mean? So it's the gift and the curse. I get it, and I'm with you 125%, my brother. But the cost always get passed on to the little man. You know what I mean? So don't ever forget that, man. The rich are still going to get rich. They're not going to stop making their money. It's us, the consumer, is going to get hit. My man put BDP 206 to lead the switch out of this 720. I can't, my man. I can't. He said, "Why so serious? Is God, no, not the talk of the switch. Fuck Nintendo." Oh man, it took us here. E.S. Hawkins, damn, karma's a motherfucker. Ain't it now? Everything gonna be in pricing, which is true. Everything's not made. Not too many things that are made here in the States, man. This is real shit here. Like I don't really like to, like you said, talk about politics and stuff. And people was asking my views on politics and socialism and nationalism and religion and you know, hey, listen, man. But again, this here is and he said and PR P was seriously P roll Dusha LOL of those fools that think their wages are gonna go up. And again, they pulled out of this trade deal, with with Asia and all that shit. Which maybe it do needs to be reevaluated, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. I don't know the ins and out. But again, I just know that it's not good for the small man, regardless of which way will the fucking leaf blow or whatever side of your fence is because again, we are going to pay for it, regardless of what. You know what I mean? I understand bringing jobs back to America, and I get it. I'm with you 135% with you on that. But I just know, it's me, doing a little business on my own, that it's still going to be cheaper for them to do business overseas, not in these different countries and stuff. You know what I mean? It's cheaper. They had to pay a tax to import? Well, most likely, probably so. But that tax and stuff is going to get passed on to the consumer. That's all that I'm saying, But it is what it is, man. Maybe you guys may differ, But this is your boy Next Gen 720. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Boris Carlos, but no, I'm against racist bitches like Trump. Yeah, Trump has said some questionable things in the past. He hit, it just, I mean, his track record. Him and his daddy part of the KKK. Can people change? Yeah. You know, but I don't know. More, like I said, what bothers me more than Trump is his cabinet. Just look at some of those guys in his cabinet. The attorney general. Look at that motherfucker. Look at his track record. Stuff like that bothers me. I mean, I know what. I'm gonna say this for. I don't. What. I don't know if it's a sickness. What someone thinks because of the color of their skin. The color of their skin makes them superior than someone else. That in itself, we talk about something that's less than 1/7 of you, makes you better than someone else. That I never really understood that way of thought. You know what I mean? I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Different people raised there because that shit there is taught. You're not born with that shit. That type of behavior and that type of way of thought. I'm sorry, is taught. You go to my daughter's school, prime example, and you see kids of all nationalities, white, black, Chinese. They out there playing, running, jumping, ain't got a care in the world. So that shit, when I mean, that type of behavior, it's taught at home. You know what I mean? And in this world, there's no room for that, man. It really isn't. You know what I mean? Especially if you claim to be religious. You know what I mean? It's crazy as hell. Everybody had this thing against Islam, and I don't really subscribe to any religion, but especially these motherfucking these Christians here in America get up on their high horse like motherfucker. Are you serious? Like who the fuck told you Jesus was white? It says, and again, I don't, what the Bible says that man, that motherfucker had hair of wool. What white man, with hair of fucking wool? Let's be realistically here. Let's be realistically here. Let's come on, hair of wool, skin of bronze, hair of wool. I mean, I ain't the sharpest knife in the goddamn drawer, but that in itself, like, I just don't, I don't understand it. Maybe it ain't for me to understand, and so I don't really try, to waste so much energy on it, man. But I be looking, I know since he's gotten office, there have been a lot of racial crimes that have been up. Sometimes I'll be waiting. I wish I'm from that. You ever seen Kings of Comedy? I wish a motherfucker would. Maybe I just got that look on my face, like I wish a motherfucker would. You know what I mean? Like you be like, I wish a motherfucker would. Like I don't play that shit, man. I don't play that. I don't do the racism thing. And I'll be damned. Somebody wants to disrespect me, my family, my child. I die about it. I swallow my blood before I swallow my pride. That's on everything. And I'm not trying to be, some ignorant dude, but I'm just being realistic. Like you're not gonna disrespect me or my family. Like I will stomp a motherfucker teeth out their mouth, literally. You know what I mean? The motherfucker. Like what's crazy is how my wife, my wife's into education, and every year they have this thing down in Atlantic City, and teachers convention, and she goes every year. So actually, it's a mandatory that they go. And she said she's at the light and whatever, and she was plugging her phone up. I guess she texted the guy. So the white guy pulled him aside. Motherfucking nigger, Trump's in office. And I wish if at that moment I'd have been with my wife, because I swear, we'd have chased that motherfucker down. I'd have broke his fucking neck with my bare hands. Like I don't play that shit, man. Like I don't play that. I'll be waiting for some shit like that to happen. I'll be waiting for some shit like that to happen, man. You know what I mean? Not saying I'm looking. I do, man. You know what I mean? Because I be saying, we all got access to the internet here, and we see all the shit that goes on. I don't give a fuck what race you are. Whether you can be Arab, or, you can be, Mexican, whatever the fuck, man. You know what I mean? I'll be waiting for some shit like that to happen. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But this is your boy Next Gen 720. We're gonna have a very, very good, very interesting Xbox Beast Fire. We have the Digital Foundry with the Microsoft white papers talking about Project Scorpio. Now you're talking about sparse rendering. We're gonna have the D-Detect guy and Dealer. They're gonna go at it. You know what I mean? Dealer, D-Detect guy said, that the Project Scorpio will be using AMD Zen and Vega. You know what I mean? Will D be wrong again? But shit, he was wrong about what do you call that shit? He was wrong about the Nintendo Switch. So we're gonna see. You know what I mean? But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is your boy Next Gen 720. Tugging Tuxin for the white paper. It is what it is, man. It's your boy Next Gen 720. I'm out of here, man. Bang. Bang. I say, man, to racism, I say, I'm out of here, man.